Folks, it's Fernando doing our video for More Survivalists, and this is going to be a video about silver. Before I even get started, keep in mind I'm no financial advisor, so it's up to your own good judgment to determine what's sensible or not for you. I will say though that I've seen the currency in my country lose 2/3 of its value during the evaluation when the economy went down, and I've seen people become quite desperate for something of true intrinsic value, such as gold and silver. The business of buying and selling precious metals in Argentina back then when this happened went up 500%. So I know for a fact that when fiat currencies is that piece of paper money that folks believe to have a certain value, well, it doesn't have value on its own like precious metals has. So there's really a good, some folks will say that gold and silver is just shiny metal and it has no true value. That's simply not true. Precious metals have been valuable for thousands of years. It have been used either as currency or a form of wealth for thousands of years, and that's really not likely to change anytime soon. I have some more videos about silver and gold, if in case you want to look those up, touching on some other topics related to that. But specifically regarding junk silver and silver buying it online. For those of you in the United States, you probably have AppMix or some other websites. There's also in the US, you have Amazon, and there's US Mint and Amazon selling junk silver as well. If I find something interesting, I'll leave the link below there for you to check out. Here in Europe, I use eBay quite a bit, and I'm going to be giving a few of the tips of how I go about it. First of all, I like in eBay when you have auctions. That really gives you an idea of what other people are willing to pay for something. So, for example, this is an example of, you find a coin, a silver eagle coin, right? This is from 2010 actually, and it's on in auction. It starts maybe at a very low price, $5, starts going up, and one of the things I always check, of course, is shipping, because sometimes the shipping, especially when they sell something very cheap, with the buy now system, sometimes there's a little bit of a trick there with the shipping. They put out much more expensive shipping than it actually should be. I think that in this case it was like free shipping, which for me works great. So I kept that in mind and stuck with the auction, and I finally got it for a pretty good price. It really doesn't matter if it comes in this kind of thing, baby's first dollar, whatever. You're just looking for, of course, the silver eagle coin. You also should know what is that you're buying. You should have an idea of what a silver eagle looks like, so as to not get tricked by, there are a little bit of fakes and counterfeits out there. It's not as easy to get fooled if you know what you're looking for. The silver eagle coin has an amount of detail to it that is quite unique. Fakes have become more common. I always check them, even though I have a pretty good idea. Another good tip is buy from reputable dealers in eBay. If they have a good reputation, usually they tend to be quite good, but the amount of detail, the weight of the coin, and the size of the coin, usually that's enough just to avoid the fakes and counterfeits. Now, when it comes to junk silver, in the case of people in the United States, probably want to go for pre-64 coins, such as pre-1964 coins, such as these. These are silver mercuries. Yeah, and I got these actually from a guy in Ireland, from all places. And another little tip is check different keywords. Mercury, silver dime. In the case of outside of the United States, one of the keywords that's actually pretty efficient is US silver. USA silver or American silver coins. Those are the way in which people from outside the USA look at this kind of stuff, right? If you're in the United States, you don't look at it that way, but if you're not, it's a viable keyword. And I actually got these. These are 47 mercury dimes. I got these for, I have it here written, 57.48, right? And that's about $17.41 an ounce. $17.41 an ounce, giving that at spot today the price of silver is $16.31. That's quite good. It's really not bad. It's actually quite decent. You know, usually you will pay a little bit of a premium. In general, with junk silver, premiums are quite low. And in this case, I actually got a good assortment of dates. The coins are well worn in most cases, but I have some 1920s around, so yeah, nice collection in general. Another important piece of information: even if you are not interested in the numismatic value of coins, you still should know what you're dealing with, because sometimes some of these coins, if you know certain key dates or mints, can be worth hundreds if not thousands of dollars. So it's really makes no sense to have a coin that's worth so much money wasted as simple junk silver, which is what you're interested in. But still, you should know the difference. What I do is, whenever I buy a little bit of junk silver, I go through it when I have the time, and if there's something interesting out there in the purchase, among them, I put it in a separate album so as to keep those separate, just in case. I don't go for every little thing that has a little bit of a numismatic value, because if not, you end up putting everything in an album. But if there's something significant that has several, maybe worth 30-40 bucks or more, then I see the point in not having in a bag or in a tube. Another way to go about it, and this may be more for people in UK, is UK junk silver, British junk silver coins, which would be these. These are 50% silver. I've shown this in previous videos, but basically this is the idea. These are pre-1947. Pre-1920 coins are sterling silver. Sterling silver is 925% silver, right? So it's a little bit over 90% silver. Pre-1947, that's 50% silver. So doing the math, basically these I got for $13.99 an ounce. $13.99 an ounce when silver is going at $16.31. That's a pretty good price. Yes, you do have a little bit more bulk than you would probably want, because half of this is not silver, but still you have a reasonable amount of silver. In this, for example, in this half crown coin, I have $3.5 worth of silver. In a dime, in one of these little mercury dimes, you have, what is it, like $1.17 worth of silver in each one of these. So they are a little bit of large, but you have, of course, more silver in there. So yeah, I go through these as well. Sometimes it's not many of them, but sometimes you find certain key dates that are quite pricey. So those also I put separately in an album, especially when I find something that's particularly more expensive than the actual silver content in it. If not, it just goes into a big pile in a bag and just stays there as junk silver, which is the purpose for which I got it in the first place. So yeah, different options, guys. And of course, for you guys in the United States, this is probably the safest way, the safest route to go. Most of all because of not only availability, but also recognition, which is something that anyone into silver will know what this is, right, rather than messing with something else. But given that I'm not over there, these are all possibilities, different options. Guys, it's gonna be all for now. Remember to subscribe, check the links below in case I find anything interesting. Thumbs up, share. See you on our next video.